In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the FontChooser from the ttkwidgets library. There is an issue with this widget. I'm going to show you the issue and how I corrected it. We're going to run this example, ask font from the examples folder from the GitHub repository of this library. The example is simple. You have a label and then a button. Its command is associated with the function font, and the function font calls actually ask font. Ask font is imported from ttkwidgets.font. If you look into the library, what does ask font? It simply calls or creates the font chooser, then wait, then recuperate the font selected. Now you can see here, after asking ask font, that will return a tuple. The first value is the one we are looking for. It represents the font, and if it's not known, the label that was created will get this font. When it's printed, you can see it's actually a font, size, options. That's the first value of the tuple, and then the font object. Now the widget is working, but if I select a font, for example, this one, and I want to change the size, we can see that the font selected disappear. Even if I click OK, you can see that it doesn't change. If I do it again, select font, I select a font and I select the size and I click on OK. You can see here that the font became known, and I click on OK. Even if I select 20, for example, to see, you can see that the label didn't change, and that's the issue. In this video, we've talked about an attribute called export selection. In fact, this attribute is the problem, or is the one that caused this issue. So if you see, or you run the code again, the example, you can see if I pick a font and I do not select the size, I select only the font family, we can see here that there is no issue. But when I select an element from the list box, automatically the list or the value of the font family get changed, even if I didn't select any item from the font families or from the list. So you can see that this event is triggered. Why? Because this list box by default has its export selection set to true. So when it lost the focus and this one gets its selection, so it automatically gets cleared out, and this action will trigger the list box select event. This list box is created using a family list box. So it has this list box select event triggered, and it will return none and causes the list box or the family list box to get a non-value. In the family list box code that is in the font module, I just added this line, self.listbox.configure export selection set to false. Run the code again, click font, can select a font. Now I can select other option if I want, and if I select a size, now we can see that the font selected before or previously didn't change, and I can click OK, and the font selector worked correctly. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.